later on around. Yeah, what about you? It's Friday, motherfuckers.
Oh, wait. I was just off to start doing my hair.
Yeah, it's very nice. Yeah. So look at this here. We've got the dude with us. We've got Peter Donohue with us today, who's going to talk us through that crazy moment where you jacked in your fucking job and decided to get into the crazy business that is fitness. Isn't that right, man?
That's 100% right.
Well, tell these guys what you do now. What's the crack, Peter? Where the fuck are you? What's your business called? What is the crack?
So my own name's Peter Donohue. I'm the owner of Physical Direction Fitness, which has been started now just over a year and a half. I'm running semi-private personal training, so we up to two people per session, and over 42 clients at the moment. So absolutely killing it down here in Kerry.
Deadly. So business is fucking flying, mate. I like it.
Absolutely flying.
But it wasn't always like this, mate, was it? I mean, describe what we said in the post, because we said you walked away. I quit a 9-to-5 manager role, paying 27 grand a year because I knew you had more to give to life than just a number on a payroll. What were you talking about there when you said that? Because you said that to me last night. What was that? Describe your average day like.
So like if I bring you right back, and it sounds pretty now hearing me telling you how many clients I have and how much money I'm bringing in and weekends off, but if I can bring you right back to how it felt of the alarm going off at fucking 7:30, getting up, putting on a suit, putting on a lovely tie, heading into a retail job, dealing with customers day in, day out, clocking in, clocking out, clocking in, clocking out for your lunch break, dealing with customers that ain't happy with a fucking shirt and tie, and I just knew I had more to life than give.
But hold on. 27. You're a retail manager in Next at this stage, right?
That's correct, yeah.
Making 27 grand a year. There's people who are like, what the fuck? I'd kill you. Some people would say that's a fucking great job. That's great money.
Yeah, and at that time, people, even my own family were looking at me to say, "You're mad to leave this like that. 27k job, 4 weeks off in a year, holiday pay," and I knew I had more to give, and it was taking that risk of leaving that full-time job, that cushy 27k a year, a manager at 21. Life looked pretty good for me at that age compared to the other 21-year-olds that I was hanging around with.
Okay, but why was it a struggle for you, or what was pissing you off about it?
That was pissing me off, and I remember it to this very day. I had a problem with one of the suits because I was the men's manager, and my manager told me to ring up, say, head office. So I thought I was this big shack, working with my lovely suit, and I rang and I gave my name, my store number, and the lady on the phone turned around to me and said, "What's your payroll number?" So she didn't give a fuck who I was, where I was from. All she cared about was my payroll number, and I still remember that payroll number to this day, and that's 7 years later, which it's ingrained in my head that that's all I was for that company. I wasn't Peter Donohue. I wasn't a young man. I wasn't anything. All I was 25154583. That's all I was.
Fuck me. So the number's ingrained in your head.
Like it's there. And I can't get rid of it. It's like being in prison, I suppose. Having just a fucking prison number, and that's all you are.
Fuck me. I like the way you've described that, man. Okay, so you're in this. You've just realized all yours a fucking number. What's your reaction to this?
And it just hit me, and I was like, am I going to spend the rest of my life just being a number, just getting a salary, getting a wage week in, week out? I knew I had more to give. I didn't know where I wanted to go or what I wanted to do, but I just knew. I knew I loved training. I knew I loved helping people. I was thinking, I need to get the fuck out of here fast before I fell into the rest of the population of doing that so-called job, 9-to-5 job.
Fuck. Okay. So you're into your fitness. What was calling you, or at what point did you say, I'm going to give this fucking thing a go? Because the rest of your thing that you wrote to me last night, you said, I fucking packed me bag, threw it in the car, and headed for Dublin. What the fuck?
That was it. It was mad. I remember talking to my manager, and we sat down. I said, "Look, here's my 2 weeks notice," and like her jaw nearly hit the floor. And she was like, "What do you mean? Where are you going? Who's after you?" And I said, "I'm pursuing my dream of being a personal trainer." And she just thought I was off my fucking rocket. Asked me what I was fucking taking. It was just absolutely crazy. Contacted yourselves and fucked all my clothes into a bag and stayed with my uncle out on Tala for the 6 weeks. It was
Fuck
just,
me.
it's a mental journey thinking back about it and taking that risk of just saying, fuck it. I had nothing to lose. 21 years of age, I had nothing to lose. At the time, I had everything to lose, but looking back, if I could give myself advice, I should have done it a year earlier.
Right. Okay. Well, that's pretty good advice. Well, how does somebody in this position, because I'm sure, was there fear? Were you afraid that this could fuck up or you could make a balls of this, or?
Yeah, 100%. Especially having that contract of that security of 27 grand a year. It's no small amount for a 21-year-old or 20 for any age. But it was that of getting out my comfort zone and just absolutely going for it and not letting fear hold me back.
Okay. And so that's the way it was. And now you've just told us, like, you've got 43 clients. So from that fear, you ditched the 27 grand a year retail job to pursue this dream of fitness. All you had was a car and a bag, fucked it into Dublin, and you took this massive risk. Well, tell us the good news. How does life look now? And then we'll get into what happened in between.
Oh yeah, today I worked 2 hours this morning. I've been off. I've come home to my partner, my small little man. Had lunch with him. Sorry, I had breakfast. We're going to have lunch. It's just it's done a 360 from working all these mad, crazy fucking hours, 80-hour weeks. And this has probably been the last 2-3 weeks have been my best 3 weeks of the business of my life, really, of having that income coming in, and at the same time having that luxury of having time off, which I never thought would happen.
Okay, and in terms of 43 clients, like you're making a healthy bit of chunk of change there, all right, man. So shit turned around for you. So let's talk about, like, what was the path? What happened in between? You came to Dublin, done the 6-week course. What the fuck happened then? Tell us how that went.
Yeah, it wasn't always rosy. So I joined. I suppose I had to get hours under my belt. So I joined a company down here in Tralee that I worked for nearly 2 years, learning my trade basically, doing endless hours, and it was shit money. But I had to put in the man hours to get the experience. That went through ups and downs of addiction and deaths and suicides in the family and fucking you name it. I'm no special case here. We all every family has it. But it was just to keep that faith and keep pushing forward until I was ready to open up my own business. Okay,
and how long did all this take? Because I remember you leaving the course and you were saying to me, I remember you saying this to me in the course. Do you remember this shit? You were like, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna get into your ascension thing. I'm down. You're gonna see me in a couple of years.
Yeah, I'm a big believer of putting it out there to the universe. And right. I remember leaving. I said I remember saying that, and even being on this call today. I remember when I joined the group and I said, I'm going to be on that fucking Friday at 11 one day, talking about my fucking business. I said, I'm going to fucking make it.
Okay, well, how long did it take you to make it then? Was this an overnight success, dude?
No, there was endless nights of not sleeping, endless hours, endless training, endless crying, tears, ups and downs, and fucking, it's just been a mad roller coaster in between. Just being absolutely crazy.
Well, tell us what was, because you went out of here with an idea. You got some hours under your belt, and then you did go out on your own, and you were running your own business. But I know that you ended up getting trapped in your own personal training business. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that's 100%. So I was out on my own for a year before I contacted Sean and Jay. Yeah, you could probably say the business looked sweet from the outside, but inside like that, I was doing 80 to 90 hours a week. I had no time off. I didn't take a holiday. With the first 2.5 years, I wasn't running a business. I was running a week-to-week rota, booking clients in, booking clients out, and depending on them clients again, signing up the following week. And I was constantly living in fear that let's say Susan, that she was going to leave, and I was down 250, 300 euro, going home to the missus. Fucking John left today, for fuck's sake, and it was a constant battle of mood swings inside the house because I wasn't in a comfortable position in my business. But looking out, I was still making a hefty number. But inside, I had no systems. I had nothing. I had no one to turn to for advice. I had no one to have the accountability, which I have now today.
Well, like, here's the thing. Some people would think, oh, fuck, 80 and 90 hours. But they were ball-breaking hours if you're doing all of the booking in, booking out, no stability. Yeah, because really, I think a lot of trainers at the beginning, they get stuck into this thing of they're basically trading time for money, aren't they?
Yeah, 100%. And I remember Yeah, like I remember looking at my rota and say there's 10 hours booked in, and I was valuing every hour as money. So €20 today, you know, or €20 this hour, 25 that hour, 35 this hour. And at the end of the day, I'd calculate how much money I made from each hour. So like that, I was running a fucking hooker business.
And this is funny. I'm just making this sort of parallel here. You're beginning to view your customers exactly the same way as that woman on the phone viewed you. It was like, what's your fucking number?
Yeah, that's it. 100%. That's what it was. It was just one paycheck per client at a time. Even though I was running packages and thought I had a great business, but at the end of the day, that's all it was I made 250 today. I made 150 today. I made 300 today.
Okay, what was the turning point? What was the point? What happened that made you realize, fuck, I need help here because this is not working?
Yeah, it was. I'm pushing on. 27. I don't know how you feel, but I'm pushing on. So
great, mate, at 39.
So obviously I had a little boy come 10 months ago. Yeah. So got engaged. Things just had to change, and I didn't know what. I was fully booked. Looking at my clientele list, had over 25 clients on my own, fully booked of running 50 to 70 hours on the gym floor, and plus the rest of it. I knew just something had to change. Didn't know fucking what. I didn't know where to go, and all I knew was who I trusted. And I trusted Sean and Jay through Elite to get me my cert. So if anyone I had trust in, it was a 2E without you even knowing it.
Okay. And what was the biggest change then? I mean, what have we changed for you?
So like,
this would be good advice for any trainer. Like, he's going to give you free advice that he paid for.
So yeah, they paid big money. So I thought 1-to-1 was the way to go, as in one client, one trainer, and I thought that was fucking that was it. But obviously, when you've come to full capacity, you've nowhere to turn to. There's only so many hours in the day that you can train people. So when I come up to you the very first day for my business, the year and a decade, is it?
Decade and a day.
Decade and a day, and that's when it really hit me. When I think Jay said it, he was like, "You don't have a fucking business."
Yep.
You know, and it was the hard truth, but I needed to hear it. He was like, "What are you doing running fucking pampering sessions?"
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I remember all these key little words. I said, "They will never fucking leave me," and I was like, "Nah, it's not going to work for me. I'm different." Do you know all that shit that you hear before? I'm different. I'm special down here. Do you know it's not going to work in Kerry?
Literally, that's what you were saying. Oh, no, you can't do that.
Literally, yeah, I don't know. Kerry people are different and fucking whatnot.
Well, that is true now.
Yeah, they are different. They're more sexier.
You're all mad bastards.
Yeah. So the biggest change is turning to semi-private personal training, hands down.
Okay, so I think the problem you had is, which an awful lot of trainers don't actually realize the prison that they're in. They don't realize the ceiling in their business. They don't actually realize the very limited capacity that they have to run their business. They think they have a business, but really what they have is a very unstable job, which is an awful lot of hours, which they have to be present to actually make any money. And the lack of security coming from, like you said, you know, John doesn't walk in that day.
Yeah, exactly. Just constantly having systems in the place. And if anyone is watching, and the best moment, I suppose, of my life was this weekend. I just travelled to Manchester with Shannon to watch a Man United game. I turned my phone off on Friday at 4:00, and I didn't turn it back on until Sunday night at 10:00. I left the whole business alone. Every client was booked in themselves, hired someone. She was looking after whatever needed to be looked after. I rocked into work Monday morning at 6:00, and my business was still there. I honestly did not think that was fucking possible. And it wasn't, because I wasn't running a business. So every system that you've taught me, it's happening, it's there, it's live.
Fucking deadly. And that is versus what most personal trainers end up doing, which is like constantly fucking glued to their phone, and they are hustling like fuck. And Gary V's great and all, but one of the biggest loads of bullshit he's ever come out with is like hustle. You've got to fucking hustle, and everybody thinks that they're doing great, because they're glued to their phone, booking in and booking out, and managing all this wank that they could actually automate. I like things that work when you don't, which is kind of what you've got.
I think, look, Elon Musk has gone on about that as well. It's like, if you work a 40-hour week and I work an 80-hour week, I'm going to get double the work you get done, blah, blah, blah. But the problem, I suppose, the thing is there, right, like, that lad's a fucking genius. if you're doing 80 hours of shite and 40 hours of shite, it's still shite. Now that's not saying you were doing shite, but they're on a different fucking level, some of those people, and you know they do have systems backing up what they're doing. So whatever hours they're working, as opposed to what we were saying when you're just fucking spinning the wheels, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah, that's exactly what it is. Doing 80 hours, spinning your wheels, not actually progressing, and not moving your business on towards that place where you have the ability to have systems and scale is not hustling. It's fucking being an idiot. I mean, you're just working harder in a job with actually no exit strategy of how your hours are going to reduce and how your profit margins are going to go up. That's actually creating a business with some systems in it that would allow you to go away from the weekend or not have to look at your phone every fucking hour of the day to see who's coming in and who's coming out. That's the difference there. Okay. Well, look, what bits of advice would you give from your story of like where you've come from, that if anybody was starting off in business or they are in training, they're in personal training at the minute, could implement right away and get results from?
If I had to give advice, it would be definitely like, people don't want to see you doing well. I know that for 100%. They don't like their own life, so they're ready to put you down. So if you believe that you have something to give to this fucking world, and especially to other people that you can help, you fucking go for it. Don't hold back. Your mum's not going to be happy with it. Your dad's not. Your brother's going to say you're a fucking waste or whatever it may be. But if you believe in yourself, there's people out there that can help you move on to that next stage. So it's having that belief in yourself to keep moving forward. If someone's in the PT industry right now that's watching, that's kind of can hear my story and can relate to me, reach out for help. It might cost you a fucking X, Y, or Z, but the return in investment, hands down, is fucking 10 times more. I remember going to these lads telling them that I had a guy ready to give me 20k, and first thing Sean said, don't fucking take it. What if I could tell you I could make you double that in a year? You remember that, Sean?
Yep.
And I said, fuck, he's not gonna maybe have to make me double. And this month already, I'm after making 3.5k, and I'm the first fucking month into December, month into 2019, 3.5k profit already. So that's if you're in the industry. And what was your next one, Sean?
Well, that's an interesting thing. What's happened? You've been in Ascension 5 months. What's that advice done to your business in terms of turnover?
So far, I'm up to 13.5 in the 5 months.
Okay, so you've doubled your business.
I've doubled my business. I've doubled the clientele. I've doubled fucking everything. You name it. I've doubled holiday time. I've doubled time off. I've doubled fucking lunch breaks.
Okay, so you double the money, but you're working half the hours.
Yeah, 100%. Like I said, I'm off.
Yeah.
I've been off this morning since 8 o'clock. I can't remember the last Friday I've had off to chill the fuck out, drink the fucking nice fucking big cup of coffee. Look at that, the fucking boss. That's me. Yeah, it's just, and I'm only 5 months in. Like, there's guys in Ascension that are 22 months in, and there's a drive there. The group is phenomenal. I just love being a part of it.
I think listening to what you said there, I could kind of pull out 3 things that somebody, if they were watching this or listening to this back later on, they could kind of take away. The first one is the idea of getting yourself out of your comfort zone. It's to, just fucking give fear a kick in the dick and just keep moving forward.
Yeah.
That was one big takeaway. I think another thing is your ability to act fast.
Yeah.
So a lot of people will sit on things. I mean, you at 21 could have said, oh, no, I'll wait. And we could have been having this conversation at 31.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other thing is the idea of learning your trade, the idea of putting in a bit of graft and not expecting to get a cert, whether it's with us or someone else or online, and all of a sudden be fucking, making a fortune overnight, because that doesn't really happen. So that, I think, for me, just listening to what you said there, that was 3 powerful things.
Absolutely. Yeah. Definitely. I think a lot of people just sit in their comfort zone for a number of reasons. Well, you're afraid to just put it's comfortable, it's nice in there. You can bullshit yourself. You can bullshit yourself as well with those stories that you were talking about. It's like, it's different in my town. That's not going to work for me, you see, because people are different in Tralee. And that might be all right for him, but you see, I can't do that. All those bullshit stories that you have that are holding you back are allowing you to justify staying in your comfort zone because you can push away the responsibility. You can blame it on all this other shit. I think that's what an awful lot of people do in it.
Yeah.
And dropping your story, whatever that bullshit story is fucking key. Like, you were very quick to drop your story. You were like, fuck this. As soon as, your turning point was when that woman was like, what's your fucking payroll number? You were like, do you know what? No, fuck it. That's it.
Done with it.
So,
like you said there, stories, you can hold on to all these bullshit stories, even with your personal life, about how you can't go on and do you know what I mean? You don't want to help, or you can't help because this is holding me back. Do you know, like, my personal story, I was in a wheelchair at the age of fucking 9. Do you know what I mean? So for shit to hold you back in life, it's you can sit here and tell all these sob stories all you want, but at the end of the day, it's your life. You need to take control of it.
I think something as well there that you kind of said and touched on, that, you know, you did mention about reaching out and asking for help. And I think, you know, people can overcome amazing things in their life. Like, for example, you know, saying that you're in a wheelchair, you overcame that, you're fucking, you know, you're flying now, nothing, you know, you can do anything you want from a physical standpoint. And that's an amazing thing to overcome. And you think, listen, if I can overcome that, I can overcome anything. But we get ourselves into a comfort zone, or we let ourselves listen to our own bullshit stories. And sometimes we do need to, even after overcoming mad shit like that, you still need someone on the outside looking in going, dude, that's a load of bollocks. Keep moving forward.
Or you can to recognize when you're falling back into that shit. Yeah. Sometimes you fall back into your bullshit story, and if you don't have somebody from the outside looking in saying, dude, you're fucking bullshitting yourself again, because your mind plays wee funny tricks on you and allows you these justifications to fall back into old habits. So that's the other key.
Yeah, that's very, very important. That to have that accountability, to have someone, even if you have overcome certain situations in your life like that, to having someone to answer to again, especially your business. Because at the end of the day, I was sitting there thinking, I'm running a fucking fortune here, and I had no one to answer to. I was answering my own fucking questions in my own head, how great I was, until I joined Ascension, and the two of you pulled me straight out on it. Day one, you don't have a fucking business. Okay.
And this is the thing, you're only going to have one or two reactions to that. It's like, them is just full of shit, they're kids, back in your bullshit story, or then it's like, oh fuck, I've got to take responsibility for this shit, because nobody's going to do the work for you.
No, 100%. You got to keep on grafting, you got to keep on working hard and keep doing as you're told, basically. Like, the advice that you give is week to week isn't there to make us happy. It's there to build our business, and it's there if we want it.
Or blow your smoke up your ass.
No, exactly. No, and
some people get their balls pulled off. Is that what they need? Really? So, look, dude, we've got your bits of advice. I think it's a fucking cracking story. What are those people saying now? The people that told you were all fucking, you know, you're nuts, don't be doing this shit. What are they saying now?
I still think I'm fucking nuts anyway. But it's funny when I see that my old manager the odd time, and you know, I don't even get a look anymore. I don't even get hello. Do you know? It's
I think the thing there is people will flip it. They'll just be like, now he thinks he's deadly. You know, before you were a dickhead, you should never left your job. Now it's like, who does he think he is?
Yeah.
You'll always just flip it around to something new. So it's just another example of why, I suppose, listening to other people's negativity and bullshit is pointless.
Yeah. You can't take advice from people sitting in this fucking sidelines, can you?
No.
I mean, and if all these people are telling you that fitness is saturated and you shouldn't be in it, and you know they tried it and fucked up themselves, you have to consider the possibility you're asking the wrong people for advice. I mean, if you want to know how to make it in fitness, you need to ask people who've made it in fitness.
That's it. Asking for help is the key point that I'm probably trying to get at today. Like, you can't do anything without any help, and especially the right help. Asking your man, dad for help isn't going to get you anywhere. It's getting in contact with the right people to help you. And like that, definitely getting onto the 2E, especially if you've done the PT course, to get onto the boys and ask for a bit more help.
Daily. Okay, my man, so what's your plan for the rest of the day?
I'm chilling out now, looking after Riley from 12 until 2, and that's it. Another thing I need to quickly touch on is when he was born, I wasn't a dad to him. I was just a so-called father, jitney. But now, since joining Ascension, I can call myself a dad to him. Like, the fucking time that we spent together, that bond that's been created in the last 5 months wasn't there the first 5. I was that dad that come home and just put money on the table and pay the bills and, you know, all that carry on. And them relationships that we work on in Ascension, is fucking hands down the most important thing as well we've done. Yeah, back to work 3 to 8, and then watch United tonight against Arsenal and chill the fuck out.
Happy days. Sounds like a
You know
good
what I mean?
day.
And I won't be texting 42 clients asking them when are they available for next week.
It's all taken care of.
It's all fucking systems go down here. They all look after themselves, and that freedom. It's we all look for it, and it's there if we want it.
Cool. That's a really good point you made about the families and the relationships. It's not everything's about money. One of the most important things you've got is your freedom. Like you've got your time back where you can spend some more time with your son and actually be the dad that you feel you should be.
Yeah, 100%. Instead of being, like you said earlier, stuck to your phone and texting clients morning, noon, and night, wondering what time they're booking in and getting worried that they're not going to turn up next week. Taking payment up front, and just there's a fucking whole heaps of it that we learn with you, and it's all taken care of so we can spend time with the people that matter most to us.
Happy days. Brilliant, man. I think that's a good point to finish up on, isn't it?
Sure is.
Powerful story.
Dude, have you done your key 3 for this week?
I sure have.
Fucking deadly. Well, then you enjoy your fucking weekend, mate.
You too, boys. Great chatting.
See you later, bud.
Good luck.
Thanks for coming on, dude. Have a great weekend.
Bye.
Cheers, man.